Oh. 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 Welcome to Meaningful Mornings. Hariom Vivekji, would you kindly repeat and explain the 6 I's for the extroverted instruments and their contemplative replacement? Sorry for the request to repeat. It will be very helpful to hear again and imbibe. Thank you, Pranams. The extrovert lifestyle is instinctive. The contemplative lifestyle is purifying. The extroverted body interacts. The contemplative body relaxes. The extrovert breath inputs. The contemplative breath enjoys. The extrovert mind interprets. The contemplative mind chants. The extrovert intellect instructs. The contemplative intellect inquires. The extrovert ego identifies. And the contemplative ego observes. These are the 6 I's of the extrovert: experience, that's our lifestyle; equipments, body, breath, mind, intellect, and ego. With that complete, Meaningful Mornings is a workshop that is authentic and deep. When we think of our experiences, equipments, ego, we never have this analysis of extrovert or contemplative. We just feel this is who we are and this is what we're supposed to do. Meaningful Mornings is a check on that. Chapter 3, verse 9. Sri Krishna is summarizing why Prince Arjuna should engage in right action. Yajnarthat karmana. Act with the spirit of dedication. Dedication is built upon that which is meaningful and feeling cheerful. How do you decide what is important? Share in the chat. How do you decide in your life what is important? And whatever you're going to write, I'm going to come back to you and say, you choose what is important and what is not, correct? For some, sleep is important. For some, it's not. To act in a dedicated way, feel all that you do is important. Then dedication will become natural. Anyatra lokoyam karma bandhanaha. Otherwise, your actions are going to make you more limited. Bandha. And this is the reason why when we think of richness, we feel richness means less work. Correct? What are the best jobs? Where you have the most vacation days. It's so anti the sentiment of Bhagavad Gita, Advaita Vedanta. We want vacations. We want not to work because we're not engaged in the right actions. Kaunteya tadartam karma. Prince Arjuna, with this understanding and appreciation, act. This summary sentiment reminds me a lot of the Olympics. If you take those who run sprints, 100 meters, 200 meters, that race may be 12 seconds, but how much did they prepare for those 12 seconds? At least 4 years, correct? They're perpetually training for their perpetual betterment. So for us too, we are given so many responsibilities. These are so many opportunities for perpetual betterment. Feel like an Olympic athlete, that waking up is perpetual betterment and driving is perpetual betterment. Mukta Sangha Samachara, as you engage, Mukta Sangaha, be free of attachment. Focus on the action, not the results. And a very practical reason for this, an equation for you. If attachment, then disappointment. If attachment is present, what is following that present? What will come in the future? Disappointment. No attachment, no disappointment. Shri Krishna shifts the context. This is the same teaching, but the context changes starting in verse 10. Prajapati pura srishtva prajaha sahayagnaha. The creator, when starting creation, created beings, that's you and I, with yajna or dedication. The implication of this, dedication is creation, creation is dedication. Like the fabric of sugar is sweetness, the fabric of creation is dedication. And stones and plants and animals live by that. Tomorrow I will speak more about how the UN has now issued a code red for our environment. You can do your own research on that for now, but code red, if you think about at an airport, you think of a school lockdown, it can't be more serious than that. And when I said prajaha, which means beings, the stones and plants and animals, they're still living with dedication. But who has become ignorant of that? Humans. Today I was researching what the opposite of dedication is. And the words that came up were apathy, unfaithful. If there's dedication, there's creation. If there's apathy, there's destruction. Uvacha, what did the Creator say to us? Anena prasavishadvam. With this meaning, dedication, you will prosper. You will get what you want and need. Esha vaha astu. Let this be ishta kamaduk. Let this be a theological cow that gives you what you want and need. Trying to make this less theological and more practical. Do you remember the framework of karma I gave to you from the left to the right? Those who engage in nishiddha karma, what you will get from prohibited actions is sadness. In Sanskrit, shoka. For those who engage in kamya karma or selfish actions, what will you feel? Fear. That's better than sadness. Shoka's at the bottom, Fear is above that. For those who are engaged in their naimittika karmas, their special responsibilities, what will they feel? Balance. Antakarana shuddha. Balance. That's obviously better than fear. But the best in this context, those who are engaged in their nitya karmas, their regular responsibilities, they will feel focus. Antakarana ekagrata. Now, why I'm sharing this with you is when we think of kamadhenu, we think of an actual cow giving us milk, giving us gold, giving us a degree. This kamadhenu is how you are living. If you're on the left, there will be sadness and fear. If you're on the right, there will be balance and focus. What do you want? What do you need? Do you need more milk? And what's amazing about focus is like taking many and channeling them into a oneness, correct? The subject matter of Bhagavad Gita, of the Veda, is Advaita, or oneness. Our regular responsibilities help us to be focused. That is preparing us to experience oneness. Are you all with me? The same thought is expressed in another theological way in verse 11. Devan bhavayatanena te deva bhavayantu vaha parasparam bhavayantaha shreyam paramavapsyatha. This is a famous verse. Devan theologically means these semi-gods, practically means this multiverse. Bhavayanta, they are, as in the semi-gods or this multiverse, nourishing us. This is just another terminology for are dedicated to us. What is the proof of this? If you observe nature, isn't nature perpetually giving to us? Trees, the rains. What do? Burn them down, block the water. And if nature is something that's too primitive in thinking for us, just think of the privileges you have in your life. Strong Wi-Fi, comfortable seat, air conditioning. You don't have to worry about food. You're studying Bhagavad Gita in your home in English every day. Isn't this multiverse perpetually giving to us? So now all of a sudden this becomes less theological, correct? Correct? You're all thinking, yeah, Indra, Vayu, Apsara. So what should happen then? Devan bhavayanta anena. They are dedicated to us. Te deva. To those semi-gods, to that multiverse, bhavayantu baha. You should nourish them. You should be dedicated to them. The way that we are given, we should give back. Give back what? You start with resources, but then evolve to giving time, and then evolve to giving effort. It is the effort that really is the indication of nitya karma or karma yajna. Parasparam bhavayantaha. This nourishing should be parasparam. And I love this word. Does anyone know what parasparam means? It means mutual. Each other, together. Yes, all of you know this. Mutual. There should be a mutual nourishment. Mutual is a build up to Shreyaha Param Avapsyata. You, as in Vivek and everyone else, will feel the Shreyaha, which is Param, in other words, oneness. We go from a mutual cooperation to a oneness. Same thought in 10 and 11. Master teacher. First shares in a direct way, now sharing in an indirect way. And what I'm trying to emphasize to all of you is, please don't make verses 10, 11, and the ones that are coming impractical. Because you don't know what Kamadhenu is. You don't know what the Devas are. You do. Feel this. From inspiration to application. Your application from Friday was to analyze your thoughts going into prohibited and selfish actions, your special and regular responsibilities. I would like to see your analysis. All of a sudden you've stopped sharing on our website, so I never get a chance to read your responses. So do share in the chat. And maybe it's because you're becoming more honest and you don't want to share how much we think about prohibited actions. Here's an observation for you. If you always do what you always did, you will always get what you always got. If you don't change how you think, tomorrow is going to be exactly like today. Your application for this morning, as many of you have been vaccinated, your workplaces, your schools are opening, I want you to share with me this transition between the controlled environment to the uncontrolled environment. How have you changed? Have you been vigilant not to succumb to tamas and rajas? What has happened in terms of your lifestyle and vision as you had to go back to work, back to school, etc.? Shanti, shanti, shantihi. Be safe, be sound, be serene, be happiness.